Sons of the Forest is back with its third big update, and there are a lot of exciting things here. We got the night vision goggles, the spring trap, we got solar power coming to the game, and who could forget the electric unicycle, all of this and more. I'll show you where to find each thing and how to use them. The first thing up, and this is probably going to be the least exciting for most of you, but the fact that they have fixed it so that you can now build a ramp or stairs between a beam and a wall. I don't know about you, but I had a base that I just did not want to disassemble to make it better, and this now fixes one of the main problems I was having. A minor update, but for those of us who have had the issue, it is a big one. The next thing is that there are now armor racks in the game. Previously, these were just called mannequins, but they've been renamed as armor racks and are now functional. You can store your armor on them, have a little bit of extra for you when you need it after a big fight or something, come back to the base, grab the armor off the rack, throw it on, and you're good to go again. Kelvin is useful for a lot of things, but one thing he hasn't been able to do in the past is gather arrows. But no more after update 3. Kelvin can gather arrows after a fight, or just say you want to do some target practice, and you can ask him either to bring them somewhere specific for you, or just to give them to you after the fact. There's nothing more frustrating than losing all your arrows and having no idea where they've gone, burning up those precious resources. Fortunately, Kelvin with his magic eyes can see them and bring them back to you safe and sound. Night vision goggles are something people have been wondering about for a long time, and with update 3, they have arrived. Just head on over to the cave with the skeleton sitting in the chair that we've long wondered what was for. This is also the exit to the new cave that was added in update 2, and he'll be waiting there for you. Grab them, throw them on. They're not spectacular, but they're also not terrible. They'll definitely make it a little bit brighter for you at night and in some of those caves. Perhaps one of the most interesting updates is the electric unicycle, or the EUC Knight V. It is it's an electric unicycle. It's really all it is. And you can find this in a couple different locations. At first, I thought that these were just going to be at one specific place. I scoured Reddit and the internet for that location. So after I grabbed it, I started going back to my base and ended up getting captured by some cannibals. When I woke up there afterwards, there was another EUC sitting there waiting for me. I thought maybe this is just the one I already had, until I ran across another base with an electric unicycle already sitting there waiting for me. This thing is fast, and it is a little bit janky, and you will run into some things and fall repeatedly again and again and again. But with a little bit of practice, it is a great resource. It does seem to be battery powered, and that battery seems to deplete over time. And maybe this is just a bug fix that needs to happen, but I slept at one point and the battery recharged itself. Not really sure how that happened or if it was supposed to be that way, but it seems as of right now, the electric unicycle has a pretty long life on it. Of course, one thing I had to do as a red-blooded American was make a ramp, and it didn't really turn out all that well. Nevertheless, the electric unicycle is just one more way to get across the island quickly, though I would recommend you stick to the trails rather than trying to speed through the forest. Fortunately, you don't seem to take any fall damage. The one additional point about the electric unicycle that is interesting is that it seems to auto pick up anything you mow over. So whether it's seeds or sticks or leaves, your character will automatically pick those up if you are on the electric unicycle. The most interesting thing probably from this update that they have added is the first wave of solar power. And yes, they specifically said this is the first pass of solar power. You can find solar panels just hanging out around the world in some boxes, just like any other regular loot that you would find. They seem to be a little less plentiful than many of the other things, but nevertheless, they are easy to find. Also comes along with that are the light bulbs, which will definitely illuminate your base more than the previous options we've had. Now, the building is still pretty simple. You throw up a solar panel on a roof and the wires come down. You just attach more wires to it and attach it to a light bulb. I thought that maybe the power from the solar panels would have a maximum distance, but I built a little rig to test it out, and it seems like they are pretty strong. There's no difference in brightness, no difference in power, and I put as many light bulbs up as I wanted to, and it worked perfectly fine. There is a little bit of an interesting building thing when you are placing these. They seem to not be able to be repositioned, and the actual wires that attach to them have to be in a certain spot as well. But with a little bit of maneuvering, you'll figure it out. I didn't test these extensively, but I'm sure there will be many videos in the days to come about how to better use solar panels and light bulbs. There are many other bug fixes, some balancing changes, etc. But for update 3 of Sons of the Forest, I have to say that Newnight is really killing it. They've done a great job so far, and I can't wait to see what they've got for us next. Is there something else you want to see in the game? Let me know here in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I appreciate it, and have a great day.